Welcome back. Let's continue very quick. Now, we reached where you can add a header. You want to add a header to your website. You are creating a news website or an article website or a website that demands you to bring a heading or a header in any of your article you post there. Now, this is the header tag. The header tag, we have types. We have 6 different types of headers. We have header 1, header 2, header 3, header 4, header 5, and header 6. It depends on you, the programmer, or you, the developer, to choose which type of header suits your work. What, right. Now, we will demonstrate all the headers so that you know the difference between all of them, then you choose for yourself. Now we bring header 1, it's closing tag. Okay, so let's duplicate this one. So we have header 2, closing
Yeah,
tag.
please, I have a question to ask.
Okay, ask.
But then please, with the Sublime Text Editor, with the numbering, the prefix, the numbering before the headings, am I supposed to do them or it's already there?
It's already there. You don't mind about the numbering, just focus on your code, right?
Okay, because I opened my Sublime Text and then I didn't see it, so I had to number it over myself.
Uh, you don't worry about this numbering. No, don't worry about them. Just focus on your code, the code program.
Okay. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Okay, Sia is asking the question, says, what is the difference between the head and the header? Are they all not titles? Now look at something. I first showed you something. This header doesn't show on your website. Where it shows on your browser. The header of your browser is not on your website. So look at something. I'm sharing my screen. But before that, take note. Now, in my head, in my title, I wrote my site. Let's see where it's showing. Okay, so this is my website. I reload. You see, there's nothing like my site on my website. But when you go to the browser heading is called my site. It's the same thing when you go to YouTube. On the top of the browser is written YouTube. So that's where it shows for the header. But if you want to bring a heading, you bring a heading inside your website. That's a heading inside your website. You introduce the tab. Say, I hope you are cool now. Right, let's continue. Okay, let's continue. Now, the heading, we have 6 different types. It's up to you, the programmer, to choose your preference. Now, let's see the difference between these 6 types. Let's type the same heading for each one. So I will say, I like uh, myself. Myself. So let me do myself for all the heading. Then we will go and view the difference between each one of them. They are all heading, but what differs is H1, H2, H3, H4, H5, H6. Now save your work, then go and view it on your browser. So you refresh your browser. Now you see they are here, myself, 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 myself. But notice something. They decreases in sizes. So you see H1 is the first one, H2 second, H3, H4, H5, H6. Each one decreases in sizes. So the smaller the H number, the bigger the size. So if you want H3, this is how your header is going to be like. If you want H2, if you want H1 2, is going to be like this one. Any questions so far before we move on? So it's up to you, the developer, to make your preference, which one you want to use on your website. Okay, if there are no questions, let's move.
So,
Yeah. Yes. Please talk.
did you say the smaller the number, the smaller the number, the smaller the font size, or the bigger the number, the smaller the font size?
Okay. The smaller the number, so H1 is going to have the bigger size. H2 will be the next bigger size, H3. So the higher the H, or let me say, the smaller the H number, the bigger the size of your heading. So if you want it to be very big, you use H1. Then in that order, H2, it will be decreasing. H3, H4, H5, H6. Do you get it now?
Yes, please. So I have another question.
Right.
So if you don't want the heading to be kind of big, you need to use maybe H3. You need to start from H3, or it's still
Okay.
the H1.
No. So I'm saying this one is preference. So you look through the one you want to use. So if you straightly want to use H6, fine. So you will just type H6 on your website, then you start building whatever you want to. So it's just for you. So I'm letting you know the types I'm giving you the types of the heading. So it's up to you, the programmer, to make your choice. Right?
Okay, sir. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. So let's move on
Yeah,
very
please.
fast.
So the headings, the age is up to just 6, or
Yes.
you can add more.
No, please, 6. It's up to
Okay, thank
6.
you.
Okay. Now, let me use H2. I want to use H2 for my website. Okay, I save it. What the next thing we are going to do is paragraph. You can bring paragraphs on your website. So that you can paragraph your work. You can actually bring a whole lot. You want to paragraph it. Now, paragraph is represented as letter P. Letter P, paragraph. P for paragraph. So P. So I'll put my paragraph in the tag, my close and open tag of paragraph. Remember, every opening tag has a close tag, and the difference is the closing tag has a slash, meaning you've closed it. Now, in between that, you are going to type whatever you want to type in that paragraph. Okay, let me find something, then I want to find something, then post it in the paragraph. Okay, so let's continue. Now, in my paragraph, I've written this whole in a paragraph. This whole thing in a paragraph. So I have this to write on my paragraph, and I've written these plenty things. Let's save it, then go and see how it displays. Okay, someone is asking a question. So header is like the font size encoding. Okay, the font size we it's different. This one just deals with heading, right? So the font size is something different. We will get to that. Yes, the font size is something different. This one is just for header. Okay. Now let's go and view our let's go and view our website now as we've introduced a paragraph. Okay, let me refresh. So you can see my header is there. I used H I think H2. Then my my paragraph is here. So you can see Sublime Text is a shareware cross-platform source code editor. Now this is my paragraph. This is how. Now I will want to bring another paragraph. So if you want to bring another paragraph, you can also come here. In paragraph unlike H heading, paragraph don't have numbers. It's just P. If you want to bring as many paragraph you have, you just go by P, 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 P. It doesn't come with P1, P2, P3. No. Paragraph just come with P. So another paragraph, I'll use just my P. Then I'll post my thing again. So currently I have two paragraphs. Let me add another paragraph to it so that I can have three paragraphs. Okay, now I have three paragraphs. Let's go and view how it's showing on my website. So you can see I have three paragraphs on my website. So myself is my heading. Now I have paragraph 1 Sublime Text, paragraph 2 Sublime Text, paragraph 3 Sublime Text. They are all giving me, in fact, spaces. They are all showing clearly that they are paragraphs. Any question before I add something to it? Right. If no question, let me
Hello,
add.
sir.
Yes, I'm listening to you.
Also have a
Does it mean that welcome to my first website is your footer?
No. Welcome to my first website. It's in the same body. Now the footer we've not touched it.
Oh, okay.
Yes, we've not.
Okay, well, I didn't see it, bro. I didn't see the down.
Okay, okay.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Let me or even make that one.
so I have a number. I have a question.
Yes, Christopher asked then say how you come.
Okay.
Okay. Please, can I go on?
Yes, you can go on.
Okay, please. And when we're looking at the paragraph, my observation was that you were giving spaces. So maybe you gave from on the 14th number, you give a space from 15, 16, 17. Is it
Yes.
necessary? The spacing, is it necessary?
No, please, it's not necessary. I'm just trying to speak so that I will actually make you see clearly. It's not necessary. I can actually bring it here. I can,
Okay. Yeah, I
yes,
just wanted to be clear on that. That's
yes, it's not necessary. I just wanted to make things clearer for you
all
guys.
right.
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Okay. Say speak.
Say,
Yes.
say,
Yes, please.
please, the paragraph and then the break line. Say, please, it's not the same. Doesn't it do the same thing?
Okay, we are now coming to the break line. Now, see something. Let me show you. Let me show you something. Now I have four paragraphs, so let's go and see the four paragraphs before I have four paragraphs. So I will refresh. Now you can see I have four paragraphs, paragraph 1, paragraph 2, paragraph 3, paragraph 4. Now note, my first three paragraphs, they are very long. Sublime text, blah, 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 blah. It's very long. It's like it's covering the whole page. Now, I want the same paragraph to arrange in an order, but I don't want spaces. I don't want a space between the text in the same paragraph. I don't want spaces, or else it will be seen as two paragraphs, separate paragraph, but it's in the same thing. Now, how do I do that? Now, this is what I want to mean. You see, Sublime Text is a shareware cross-platform source code editor. It natively supports. So you see, let's continue. I want to bring Sublime Text is a shareware cross-platform source code editor. Then I want this to come to the next line. It natively supports many programming languages. Then I want this to come. Users can, so that I can arrange in that order. This is where the break line comes inside. The break line purpose is mainly for this. Now let's go and introduce a break line. Break line is used in paragraph for actually spacing the paragraph or for arranging your text or lines in the same paragraph. Now, in my first paragraph, I want it to be arranged. Now, the break line, this is the tag for a break line, BR, then a slash, then you bring a tag. Now, break line doesn't have an open and close tag. It is itself an open and it is itself a closed tag. So the break line will just come. You just write your less than BR then slash your greater than, just like that. It's a break tag. Now I want to, so you can bring as many break tags you want. So I want to bring it here to, so that it will bring the next line, the next text to the next line. Okay. Okay, I'm doing it for the first paragraph so you see. Let's go and view our website and see how far. Okay, let's refresh. So you can see in my first paragraph, it is arranged neatly, each one on the next line, but in the same paragraph. It is the work of the break line that's doing this. Any question before I move on, please? Right. If there are no questions, I'll add on. So let's go. Now we are done with head. Now we up to now, everyone can actually start coding, like knows how to build a skeleton of a website, divide into the three sections as a header, the body, the footer. Now everyone knows how to set a heading, and everyone also knows how to set a paragraph and how to break lines in a paragraph. You know how to do it. Very good. Any question before I move on? Now, our next thing is text formatting. How we can format our text in our paragraphs or our header or anything. What do I mean by text formatting? Text formatting is, maybe I want to underline something. I want to bolden something. I want to strike through something. I want something to be moving. Yes, I'll introduce you to that. Yeah, the basics of formatting, just formatting in your normal Word document or word processor. So you can also do that here. After this, I will send you a cheat code, a HTML tags, so that you know a lot of tags, then you can be
So
using. Yes, yeah.
please, you see your paragraph,
Okay.
the Sublime Text is the share where you see you didn't put it in any header like size, but then it gave you something. Like, does it mean it already has a default font size? It can be changed.
The Sublime Text. Okay, let's view.
Your paragraph.
Okay, let's view my website so we can talk from there. Okay, so you mean the size of my the size, the fonts or something?
Yes, the Sublime Text. What? You
Yes.
didn't put it in any header tag.
Okay. Paragraphs automatically gives you this font. It just gives you this font. So you, the programmer, will be editing it or formatting it. So if I want to make the Sublime Text bigger or more smaller or underlined, so you will be adding more things. You get it?
Okay.
Yes, this automatic the paragraph automatically gives you this. Everything will be,
Okay.
you see all my paragraph, they are all in the same format, the same font. Yes, it automatically gives you this. Then the developer will start developing a whole lot, will be adding That's where your CSS styling will come inside. You'll be adding a whole lot of things. Okay.
Mm.
Okay, let's move on. Now, text formatting. Our first text formatting we are coming to learn is underline. How we can underline something on our website. Now, if you want to underline something in your website, the tag you are going to use is the letter U, letter U. So U, open tag of U, then a close tag of U. Now I'm putting the U in here because I want the myself to be underlined. That's my header. Whenever you want to underline something, put the U around that text you want to underline. Let me also underline text here in the Sublime text. So you put around around the particular text you want to underline. Let's go and view it. So you see myself is underlined and the text here is also underlined. Very quick. Any question? Right, let's move on. Okay, so we are done with the underline. Now, after the underline, you can also strike through a text. So you see, sometimes you visit some of these e-commerce websites. They'll be like the original price is 30 cedis. Then they strike it. Then you write new price 20 cedis. So that strike you can also use. So I want to strike this text. So strike is represented as S. So S is the same format you are going to use. It's the same, the opening and closing tag. You make sure you wrap it around the text you want to actually make that changes to. So you see my text is striked very neatly. It's striked. Okay, let's move on. Now we have a whole lot of formatting you can do. Okay, I can also bolding. Bolding is represented as the B, letter B. I'll send you the cheat file so that you know a lot of tags, a lot of formatting tags when you'll be applying it. We can learn all. So B is also bold. Let's go and see. Wrap it around. So you see my text is bolding here. So you can add a lot of formatting tools to it. Okay, we are done with the formatting. Any question? Now, the next thing we are moving on is hyperlinks. Hyperlinks. Now, you have a website. You build your website as a developer. You want to link your website to another website. Okay, let me clear one of my paragraphs and let me clear so that I can use. Okay, let me use this paragraph. Let me space it so that you can see. Okay. You want to actually, you have two websites. You want to link one to another. Now, so that when a person visits your website or your client website, after doing everything on the first website, want to go to the second website, just click on something, it will lead automatically to the second website or any website. Now here, I want to link my favorite music on YouTube on my website so that when someone visits my website and know, click here to go to my favorite link on it, the person click on it and you send the person straight to YouTube to that music. Then the person will start enjoying. Or the person clicks and send the person to any website I want to redirect the person to, then the person will just, so the person don't need to necessarily go to the address by and type an address. No, just click on something, it leads the person there. Now that one, the tag is represented as A, the letter A. So I have my open A tag and my close A tag. Now note there is something here. Take it very carefully. In the first opening A, I will bring a reference point or a reference point. This is where I'm going to direct the person, whoever will click on such link, to that specific website of link. So I'll bring something called href, that's hyperlink reference. What reference do I want to make? Okay, so this is what I'll tell the person. Click here to let me say listen to my favorite music neatly. So the person is going to see, just going to see, click here to listen to my favorite music. When the person clicks on it, the code you've written is going to direct the person to whatever link you've placed it here in between this double quote. Now I'm going to insert a link here. Let me see. I want to direct the person to, let me say, Google. So I'll say you can even either type the address or you go and copy the address straight from address bar from the website you want to link and paste it. So www.google.com. Then you save it nice. So click here to listen. Okay, this is not my favorite music. So maybe I'll say click here to or click to visit Google. Then I save it. Then I will go and view whether it will work. So I'll refresh. So you see here, click here to I brought to visit Google. The person will finish whatever he or she is doing, then will be like, okay, let me click here. I believe when I click here, it should take me to Google. Okay, so let me click. Then the person clicks it. Immediately the person clicks it, it takes the person to Google. Any question before we move on? Okay. If no question, we are continuing. Okay. So now you can be able to actually link websites to your website. You can actually link 2 or 3 more. So this you can do
Hello, please.
Maxwell, I'm listening.
Hello.
Yes, Maxwell.
But please, what if you are linking your own website, but it's not in the same, let's say you save it differently, not the same folder? Because yesterday or the day before yesterday, we were talking about it and you said we should use the dots and then if they are in the same folder. But what if they are in different folders?
Okay, Maxwell. Right. Now to the newbies, listen. You can also link your website or the website you've created, your personal website. So here you don't want to you actually don't want to link to any website like Google or those. You want to link another file you've created. So maybe you have 2 website files. You want to link both of them. Okay. So for that one, you make sure you make sure the first file is in the same folder or is in the same place as the second file. Then here you bring a dot slash, then the name of the file. So I have a second file as second dot html. So I'll say click here to my new site. Then I'll save it. So if you have a second file, you will just bring the dot slash, then the name of that second file. Make sure it's in the same folder. Okay. So let's go and view my site. Let me go and reopen my. Okay, let me open it so that you see coding second file. Okay, so it's here like click here to visit my new file. So I'll click here. This is my second file. This is my second file. Okay, now to Maxwell. In a situation whereby it's not in the same folder, I will advise you to place it in the same folder. But in a situation whereby it's not in the same folder, you would have to copy that file location and put it here. Put it here, the dot slash second file dot html. Copy that file, wherever that your second file is located. Right click on it or long press on it and copy the file location, the address of that file location, and come and paste it here. As simple as that. You will also get it. But I advise you to place both files in the same folder so that you can actually just do dot slash, then the name of the second file, then you are free to go. But if it's in a different place, make sure you copy that file location, the file location, then you come and place it here. Meaning the reference point, your code is going to direct that person to that location. So there's a science behind it. It's going to direct to that location. Okay, any question before I move on? Right, let's move on very quick. Now, let's do the internal sheet first before we bring tables. Okay. Now, internal sheet. You will see. Okay. So let's continue. Internal style sheet means you want to add color or changes the color of your background or add some small changes in terms of we will actually visit CSS in its full context. But here lies the case, you want to bring small styling to your website such as color. Yes, there is a way to do it. We call it internal style sheet. Now, I want to make the body of my website color gray. Currently it's in color white. I want to make it color gray. I will introduce something called internal sheet. Okay, our class can end any moment from now. We will rejoin again for the last session. Okay, but before that, let's continue. So this is what you will do. The tag for the styling is style, the normal style, an open tag for style, then a closing tag for style. Very nice. Style. Now, the style, what do we want to do? Now, in the style, we want to tell the style, we are going to bring styling in a form of CSS. So we will define the type. So the type